Danny and input cruising through the airwaves. Transformers knowledge blast that never caves. Reviews so sharp they'll cut through steel. In the podcast world, they're the real deal. Jumping in the deep end, swimming with the best. Danny's got the info and she never needs to rest. Input's got the passion like a roaring jet. Together they make a mark you won't forget. Dynamic duo, never gonna quit. Taking over airwaves, super lit. Transformers podcast bringing the heat. Every single episode can't be beat.
Back by popular demand.
That's right, I'm back by popular demand because it's me, it's that N-PUT, baby, and I'm mobbing once again with obligatory titty joke Danny Double T.
You guys make my confidence so high. And yeah, Danny D back, you know what the D stands for. Today we're getting into the hot topic. We shuffled stuff around to get into the Studio Series 86 Megatron talk. So here we are.
That's right, baby. We are in the hot topic, and no, we are not in the mall shopping. Like Danny said, we're going to be talking about the controversial Studio 86 Lord Megatron.
Yep. So welcome everyone in chat. Thank you for joining us as always. And yeah, for watching this later and everything, thank you. It's been doing really well for me and hopefully input too. It always makes my job easy. So just happy to be here and get into this. I mean, first, what are your first thoughts on when you saw the leak? I guess we'll go from there.
Truthfully, my first thought when I saw it was, meh. Like legitimately, the thing that my eye got drawn to immediately was the fusion cannon and how short it is.
Yeah,
and like there's no excuse for that. There's none. And if it slides down and it's mistransformed, we've seen Hasbro do that a gazillion times where they're all like, "Oh, we forgot to move this knee flap. Our photographer sucks. Sorry."
I even asked a chat thing or whatever, what to summarize what all the different theory, all the comments online would get a view of what it was, and they were saying the thing in the middle is inverted maybe too, and then they said instead of the Siege or Earthrise one, the front was actually longer. Now this one's longer in the back, so it's kind of the backwards problem of the last one.
Yeah.
And the inverted part I didn't really get, but I mean it's just probably putting everything together. It's strange. The cannon, I don't. It's strange to me too. It just looks short in the front more, but the feet, man, really really. It's not even just the color of the feet, which I'll get into, but just the size, the chunkiness. This guy did not skip leg day. I think even earlier you're saying he's a chunkier Megatron, and of course from the back you can see the treads. They hit some of this pretty well, but
I think they did a really good job on hiding the tank treads.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, bravo to them.
Yeah.
And I mean, see, and that, dude, him standing next to that Galvatron has no thighs.
The Galvatron was black as hell because Galvatron is supposed to be the bigger guy.
And I will say, I'm glad that they're getting their proportions better here because you can see Megatron's thighs are longer, more proportionate. He's, more of that heroic shape,
Totally. Galvatron, too bulky. It's the circly shoulders. It just looks odd. Like I said, he is supposed to be bigger because it's an upgrade. So,
yeah, and right there, you see my biggest problem with this Megatron. Truthfully, it's just too bulky. His hips are too wide. That whole section is too it's too wide. He's supposed to have a nice V shape to him.
Yeah, more
yeah. And right there he doesn't. If they would have taken the flaps on that Megatron and took those flaps, so let's just say those flaps are 3 millimeters thick. If they would have been able to find a way to move those flaps maybe in 3 millimeters or something like that, so shave down 3 millimeters on either side, that thickness of the flap. I hope I'm making sense. I think that would have really narrowed that figure down quite a bit, and it would have helped with the illusion. I think he still would have been wide at the hips, but it would have helped with that illusion right there.
Yeah, they didn't even finish the hip screw, the back, I guess, right? In a way, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, I know they said they killed it. It's like they killed it in a sense, but to me, it's just like I know I'm not, it's just to me like it's fine if they release this as whatever figure, but saying it's 86 and a tank. I know everyone's used to him being a tank, but it's just to me, it just seems odd, But I mean,
it's inaccurate. If you're gonna and if you're gonna say that it's an 86, if you're gonna put him in an 86 line. Your hands are already tied, right? Because Hasbro won't make a gun, and so what do you do? Like if you want to keep him in that 86 vein, then don't just make him an action master. He doesn't transform, and he comes with the gun of himself that every transformer along the way can hold. That's in scale with essentially everybody.
Yeah, it's because he does come with the gun at least, but still, it's just the tank part, but. It's cool, like in the sense, like I said, like I do like the legs they're definitely wide, and I know that blue is like throwing people off, but like I said, they were never people are like they never were black in the cartoon. I have some pictures of that, but I mean it is what it is, and like I said, a lot of people are saying too, like it's just hard, like who's gonna buy the black version of Megatron, and what are you going to color him? The purple G2 color of the tank? Like, it's just like, where do you go? So, like, leaving, it's, classic Hasbro with, like, Marvel Legends, with Transformers. They leave one thing that's not perfect so you can buy the figure again in 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, what do you think compared to, like, the MP? Like, it's just...
Look, if you want a Megatron, go buy the Masterpiece version. Legitimately, that figure is amazing. It's fantastic, and it turns into a gun. Like, I mean, you're never going to top Masterpiece Megatron MP36. You're never going to be able to top that. And companies have tried, and they can't do it. And they,
I know the hype over it's going to be the Megatronus mold. No, it's its own thing, but that's how they look together. I guess this is some scale. The tank mode, it is what it is. Like I know people are saying, like, I mean, you play that game, the whatever.
The tank mode looks like an upgraded Siege.
Yeah.
Or Earthrise version or whatever, right? Like that's what it looks like to me, and that is atrocious. Like you couldn't have designed a different tank. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't. And in that vein, I do, and because we've seen them take engineering from third-party companies and themselves of the past, and they've just been copying engineering from Transformers history, from Transformers toy history over the last like 5 or 6 years, more so than they ever have. Like this just makes me think like, okay, it's just going to be, it's Earthrise 2.0 kind of thing, right? It's got like the leader class price point, so there's going to be more transformation to it, right?
Yeah, it reminds me of like Origami. The robot mode is the real mode, and then this is the afterthought, or like what it has to turn into something. So it's like Origami. It reminds me of this Megatron folded up, and because it's folded up weirdly, like the turret doesn't turn properly, and it turns from the back. So
yeah,
I mean, there's multiple things. I mean, the tank mode for what it is, it surprises me that it's better than better than I thought it would be, in a sense, I guess. I didn't know what to expect. But, yeah, and then here's Romulus. I have Romulus. I really like Romulus. Like, I do think his feet now, like, to that, both of the feet are a little off, a little small, too big. But, Romulus, the timing, if they had it a little bigger, I would have probably just stuck with that if it actually scaled with my, 86 Prime. But I mean, I know people are like, well, I have this guy on my shelf with my Siege guys, and if he scales fine, then my Decepticons don't meet my Autobots. But I still think it's a mental thing in my head where I'm like, I just like to see them together sometimes. And it's just weird because I just bought that figure, and like I said, it's a great figure. I like that it turns into a gun. I like most of the proportions on it. It's not perfect, but it's still cool, I like the size of the new 86 Megatron. I really do. I do like that size of that Optimus Prime,
Yeah, I think, and the weird thing is here is like the scaling with all their figures across the board, right? Is like they're essentially like 86 Studio 86 is meant to kind of stand on its own, but in practice it doesn't, because you get like like remolds or recolors and stuff in that line, right? That really aren't that much different, right? Like it like Springer, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but Springer should be about that same size as Megatron, but he's not, right? So like I feel like Studio 86 Optimus Prime being as big as he is a fallacy, and and obviously Megatron has to scale with Optimus Prime. So this one, you would think would be like a centimeter taller or whatever that he is compared to Optimus, right? But like,
I know it's just one of those things, though. Like, I know what's his name saying, like they should just not expect it, but it's like, okay, then, like, you know what? I'm not expecting it from Hasbro and all their dumb laws, and you know what I mean, and all this crap. So it's like, but I still expecting the real 86 Megatron to be a gun, because he was a gun. So it's like, like if Takara can do it or whatever, and you have to order it and buy it in robot mode, like the masterpiece stuff. So they're reissuing like the lead. I know they're reissuing that MP. They said too. So. It's just, I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way, because like he was never this in the movie.
and that's the thing.
The yellow effect, I can't remember anymore.
And that's the thing is like at the end of the day, they're advertising this as Studio 86, which is supposed to be the 86 animated film, and he was never a tank in G1, and that's why I go back and I say. Simply put, if Hasbro shouldn't have made him a tank in this line, and if you can't make him a gun, Hasbro is unwilling to make him a gun, right? And then don't make him anything. Make him a very well designed and proportionate action figure that comes with a gun that Starscream can hold.
Yeah, or a couple sizes, right?
Yeah, and then on top of that, he wouldn't even have to be a leader class. You could put him as a big Voyager at $35 because there's no gimmick to transformation, right? Like he doesn't have to transform or anything. So you're using less plastic, less engineering, less of the cost. So you could put that big scaled Megatron as a Voyager, and Hasbro could turn around and be like, hey, look, we did what we could, and we saved you guys $20 on this figure. Right? Like, done. And I feel like that would have gone a long way, and that could have started to help repair the relationship between the fandom and Hasbro as a whole. Instead of them running around and be like, he's a tank, we're going to make him a tank. It's like the Studio 86 line, and this is why G1 people are upset. The Studio 86 line is not aimed at anybody else except for G1 fans. So in that regard, in this release, Hasbro kind of lost the plot, lost the sight of that.
Totally. And like what Rico says, I think the compromise due to the U.S. laws is a good one. The fact he still transforms and comes with a gun makes up for it. I think that's not a compromise. I think it's insulting, actually, that he transforms into a tank. Like it actually, like I said, I'm not like overly killed by it, but I'm just saying, like deep down, like nah, like you are what you are, be what you are. It's just it's just it rubs me the wrong way. Everyone's opinion is fine. I love people in their own opinions, and my opinion is just my own too. But it just rubs me the wrong way, because like like what he was not a tank.
So I'll just say it like this, right?
All these pictures are listed in the description too from all the Facebook groups. So
I'm gonna be very blunt.
Yeah.
Okay. When I say this, Hasbro in the past has worked around that, and in this case, they left their balls in their wife's purse and made him a tank. 6-shot, they didn't give him a gun mode, they gave him a submarine mode. The new Siege Shockwave, they gave him a submarine mode. They could have done the exact same thing here. They could have given him a bunch of add-ons and made him a gun with wings you know, like accessory that just plug into the side and flipped him upside down and called him a submarine. Like, at the end of the day, they have worked around this with other characters in the past, but this, they chose not to do that for whatever reason. And there's no real reason
I just don't like it. Like I said, the figure's fine. I just don't want it. Like, it's just stupid to call it 86 in line. It just irks me. I mean, if they could have done it, like if they still had Generation Selects or whatever they were going to do, a new thing, make it online or whatever. It just weirds me out, you know?
And this, and the thing is too, is like, this is going to get, you know, it's Hasbro. This is going to be the first mold, or the first time they use this mold. And then there's going to be a tune color, or a toy color. And then there's going to be a G2 color. And then there's going to be the G2 purple. And then there's going to be the G2 unreleased colors. And then there's going to be, you know, the G2 whatever homage design, blah, blah, blah. And then this will probably get some sort of other remold, recolor, whatever, you know, constantly down the line, right? Like, this is not going to be the only time they use this.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like everyone's opinions, chat. It's just, I just don't care. Like, you know, I don't care if it's a submarine. I don't want it to be anything, you know. But overall, you know, like I was saying, like, it is what it is. It's just, yeah. You know.
And the thing is, too, is like, you know, Hasbro said this a long time ago, and the fans have been yelling this at the top of their lungs since the Studio 86 line got announced, that if they do a Megatron, he better be a gun, right? So Hasbro has had the last 2 years, give or take, you know, 2.5 years maybe or so, to really give this a lot more thought in really how to appease the people that they're targeting with this. You know, they took a shotgun approach here, and they tried to appease everybody, and they should have really just tried to aim and appease their G1 fans, because that's what this line, the 86 line, is aimed at, you know.
I think they're just happy to please these people like that accept this, you know, as what it is more, because there's less. I don't know. There's probably more people that don't like. There's probably less people that don't like it, you know, now, because there's all these new people that are so used to being a tank over the years that they're just more okay with it. I don't care about the laws. It's just odd.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, like I said, that, you know, you're never. Hasbro will always find workarounds for other characters, but they'll never find a workaround for Megatron, because they don't have the balls to find a workaround for Megatron, you know?
Yeah, like Hasbro. I think we will see it, you know, generation style chub figure down the road of it eventually, like if Takara or whoever does it. But
yeah, watch Takara take most of this, re-engineer it into a gun, and give them a purple or an orange plug, you know, like they did. And then people over here, you know, they'll want it and they'll order it or whatever.
yeah, like it's a filler for now. Like I said, they got so many soft people that will accept this nowadays. That yeah,
like I said,
works.
And you know, the other thing is too is with the fandom. You know, Hasbro said scale was important to them, and you know, they lied. That's an obvious lie just through their actions, right? Their actions don't prove any type of truth to their word when they say that, right? So, if Hasbro doesn't care about scale, neither should you. Just get the masterpiece version, and since they're reissuing it, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, they are.
Danny? Yeah, since they're reissuing it, just wait for the reissue. If you want a G1 Megatron that's a gun, there's plenty of options out there for you to have G1 Megatron as a gun as well, right? Like, there's this weird mindset of like people don't want to stray from Hasbro and get into like maybe third party that might offer something like that or whatever, right? Or just have one really kick-ass Megatron on the shelf, you know, and then just have your regular Siege that you've had since 2019 just on the shelf with it.
Yeah. No, I don't care about compromises. It's just you know, it is what it is. It's like it's cool and all if I see it. And I'll probably get it eventually just to have, but
See, Daniel says, I really can't even begin with the amount of criticism to all the people who won't buy Studio 86 Megatron. Like, if I was still buying Hasbro's stuff, like this Megatron wouldn't even. I like I said, I saw it and I was just like, meh. Like it just looks so meh, you know. And it's mainly the proportions in the hips and the shins area and stuff.
You know,
right?
like I said, like the legs on other toys, they've done it differently. I know it's like the reflection in some cases, you know, but you know, just it's different interpretations. You know what I mean?
And that's the one thing I don't get. Like the people saying that his legs should be black, and it's like, yeah, his legs were black as the toy.
Yeah,
but this is meant to be like, you know, tune colored.
And you can see here, this is a different gray than the rest of his body, but it's too blue on that right now. Maybe in hand it's different, but that throws me off too. I think, you know, this doesn't look uniform.
Well, and the thing is, if you're going off of old, you know, TV footage or tape footage,
colors change right here that you're exactly talking about.
Right, like that's exactly what I'm getting at. Is like there's you know, you get film degradation, you get how your TV now, your modern day TV interprets the colors of the Blu-ray, and decides to process the colors onto the screen, right?
It just shows that they are kind of different, you know what I mean? Like, it still looks more uniform in the end. I know there's shadows and it's supposed to be reflective metal, but
right,
yeah, it just throws me off.
Yeah, like I said, I think the G1 fandom has a very legitimate reason to be upset by this, because like I said, that entire line is targeted towards them. And really, like, Hasbro's already proven in the past that they're willing to work around it with submarine modes, quote unquote submarine modes. But I don't really feel like the criticism it's 100% valid, but I think that they're going too hard on it, because most of these people are just going to put them in robot mode, transform them once or twice, put them on robot mode, put them on the shelf, right? And right, like, in the tank treads on, and they did and I've always done this, give credit where credit is due. They have hidden those tank treads extremely well on the back. I mean, if you look at the shape of the leg on the back, that looks like the pistol grip on the original toy. So the only thing that really gives it away is that lighter shade of gray that hints at the tank treads. That's it. You know, like, and then like the tank treads on the bottom of the heel area, you know, that's it. I mean, that's an amazingly well done job right there.
Yeah, they were like, it's Devastation Megatron or something, or trying to be, you know.
Oh, they're gonna put that in the gamer verse, or what do they call it? The gamer
thing or something or whatever. Like, I know, it's just like, I think my opinion would be totally different. It was painted a little better, you know, the feet for sure. Just, I know, it just doesn't look uniform, but I think I think of it differently. It's just like I said, it's just like, what are you trying to force on me? What kind of agenda? You're trying to push this freaking tank Megatron agenda on me? Like,
well, and if the people, and here's the thing too, if G1, if they're not happy with him being a tank and they don't buy it, that's good, because that's them speaking with their wallet. That's them saying, this is not what we wanted. We told you for 2 years exactly what we wanted, and you still didn't give it to us. And them speaking with their wallet is exactly what they need to do at this point. So if all these YouTubers and all these people online are saying that they're not going to buy it, then they need not to buy it. You know, they need to.
Yeah. It's an insult to the line, insult to the G1 people. But like I said, I'm not so G1 anymore. I look at things differently. It's just like I said, it's just the whole thing in general. Just yeah, it's just a different vibe, you know. It just hits differently, you know. Like I said, if they just called it like Game Reverse Megatron or whatever it was, I'd probably be way more into it. You'd be, oh, it looks so much like the G1. It's so cool. And I like it. Like I said, I have Romulus. I like it's cool and all, but it's too small. You know, I'm not size queen, but it's just nice to have that, like, you know, scale with the fucking Optimus, and I'm just stoked on, like, you know, I'm just the 86 Prime. I really do like the plastic stick on it, so
I'll just say this.
Things.
I'll just say this, Hasbro, give me a game that takes place during G1, so you can now link G1 to Devastation, because Devastation was supposed to be a continuation of G1, but there's no explanation on why Megatron's a tank in that game. So make a comic, make a prequel game or something, and give me that reason, and then that'll give you, you know, more explanation to make more Megatron tanks. You know, not like they need one.
I'm thinking about making another tank, but yeah, no, you know what? I'm just, like I said, we're just here to give our little opinion on the fandom, and like I said, each individual makes up the fandom, right? We don't speak for everyone, but we just speak for ourselves with different, you know, different perspectives, and like, you don't really buy this stuff anymore. I'll still get one, but like I said, just like, it's just the little things that kind of like, you know, turn me off of it. Some things I really do like about it. It's just, like I said, size, you know, proportions kind of off, but just the, you know, it is what it is. But it'll be kind of cool to see it next to him. I don't know. There's parts I like about it, but just I'm just feeling mixed, lost, you know.
I think if they didn't put it in the 86 line, I don't think this would have been an issue. I think if they would have released it as a chug or put it in the Game Reverse, you know, Transformers Devastation, and they never put Megatron in the 86 line ever. I think that would have been the best option.
Yeah, don't put him in the line. I thought it was a bad move. Think it's a bad move.
Yeah, that would have been the best move for them to do, to kind of appease everybody. And then, you know, like 3 months, whenever their next Transformer live stream thing happens, you know, where they talk down to you like your children and stuff.
Yeah.
The next one they do, they could have shown that Megatron next to the Optimus Prime, the Commander class Optimus Prime, and just been like, and see, this scales perfectly. So if anybody out there with the robot mode wants to recreate those scenes from the movie, you can. But this is going to be the Megatron from the Game Reverse and blah blah blah. Like they could have done it, handle it way better. Daniel says, you guys know that Studio Series 86 Megatron is accessories, not all what he have in the movie. He's very light, like only he has his fusion cannon, himself in gun mode, the lightsaber, and that's it. He doesn't come with Blitzwing's pistol.
I'm surprised at how many people are backing this thing. Like it makes me sad, but I mean I get it. People are hooked on the hype and they're soft now, but it's just yeah, it's surprising. I'm surprised. People are saying there's people hating. I don't see enough hate. Where the haters at?
I think people but no, that's a legitimate question. He doesn't come with Blitzwing's pistol.
No, I know it is. It doesn't.
Huh?
It doesn't come with the pistol that I know of.
Like that's the main part of the fight. Like that's the sole reason why. You know what I mean? Like that's part of okay. I mean, like it's like 60% of the reason why Megatron wins that fight. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you guys wanted to recreate that scene with Hot Rod, you can't. Studio 86 guys, you can't recreate the most infamous scene in that movie. You can't do it. That is absurdly stupid. Like, come on, man. What is that?
It's it's odd, but like I said, it's just you know, the people that they know that it, you know, pleases or whatever. I mean, they did their thing, right?
I mean, honestly, I think at this point, Hasbro is, and these, well, not just Hasbro, but like these toy companies and stuff, have become the king of FOMO and mastering that and using nostalgia as a weapon against us and using FOMO as a weapon against us and stuff like that. If you don't like this legitimately, don't buy it. Don't feel forced into buying it. If this is not the Megatron that you want for your display or for your shelf, don't settle for it. It's really that simple. You walk away from it and be done. There are options out there for Optimus Primes, Earthrise Optimus Prime. You could take the wheels off the back so you don't have that Studio Ox look, right? And you can have that Romulus fighting that Optimus Prime. They scale perfectly with each other, right? Like if this isn't the Megs you want, then you don't have to buy it. It's that simple. Be willing to walk away and speak with your wallet in that regard. So, and that's the thing. People need to learn to walk away and not let the FOMO and the weaponized nostalgia, make them cave. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. So,
like I said, it's not me. I'll buy it. I'm the FOMO. I'll buy it, but it's just like I said, it rubs me the wrong way. It's I'm supporting it by buying it still because the FOMO, but I don't want to get my hands on it to see it. But it's just not. Yeah, I'll be still waiting for the my perfect Megatron because I do not conform. I will. Things should be what they are.
It says he also doesn't have his mace. Like, I know why he doesn't, because he doesn't use it in the movie. But Studio 86 Commander Class Optimus Prime can away with it his axe, even though he's saying 86 Prime came with his axe, and he doesn't come with the mace here. Yeah, that's kind of an oversight too. I would think that they would want to include as much stuff in this as possible, but I mean, look, at the end of the day, if there's things about this that don't make you happy, I'm pretty sure somebody's going to make an upgrade kit for it.
I know, more blasphemy. Buy an upgrade kit, fix your broken figure.
Yeah,
I'm just too much of a Puritan, at the end of the day. I don't like those upgrade kits. I don't like any of that stuff. Not that they're bad or wrong or anything. It's just, for me, it's just, I'll even if the toy sucks the way Hasbro made it, it's the way it was intended to be. So, me, I don't like a lot of change. Yeah, but you are, right? But like I said, I'm excited to a point. We'll see. See it looks in hand, the colors, whatever, right? I'll buy you one. I'll send it to you so you can smash it or sell it or whatever.
See, I'll smash it. I'll smash it with a crowbar. Delta Tryout says, seems like the budget may have not allowed for more accessories, but I do get missing it. He feels a bit incomplete. The
Blitzwing gun is the most important part besides the sword or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, I can understand. I'm not going to make an argument for the mace.
Where's the wood chip or whatever he throws at him, or whatever the hell that thing is.
Yeah, like the piece of Autobot City, right? That shard or whatever. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
no, I don't like change. No. No, I'm very close-minded actually at the end of the day, but that's why I like Transformers, because they try to push the envelope for me to accept some minimal change.
They make you push it to the limit.
Yeah.
Like your Scarface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know, like I said, that's why I like it, because it does push my limits. I'm a very stubborn individual, but I still want to have fun with it,
Yeah. Enjoy it. If you like it and you get it, enjoy it. If you don't like it and you don't want it, then don't get it. Don't feel forced into getting it.
And another thing, I never transform my Transformers. Just put the combiners together and put them on a shelf. But yeah, no, I had fun. That was good. Like I said, we weren't too heated today, which is nice, right?
Let's see, and there's what did he say? And there's a pre-order by Hasbro that's going to happen on June 10th, and it's gonna be the next wave of Studio Series that's been leaked so far. Okay.
Don't be gun shy. Get your credit cards out.
And Delta says,
Hello, everybody.
"Oh, hey, Paul." Delta says we'll be getting it for sure to go along. I will be getting it for sure to go along with my 86 Prime. Happy that Megs is leader price, given that he doesn't come with as much as Prime. Guys, let us know if you're going to get it. Let us know in the comment section down below. And I don't know what to say to end the show, except for I'm going to pass it over to Danny D to end the show. What do you got to say to end the show, Danny? What is it? Huh?
I mean,
say something, playa.
Okay, they're missing out, man. I wanted to bring this in gun form to a 7-Eleven to buy a Slurpee, player. We'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay strong.
Thank you for joining us. It has been a pleasure. However, we must now conclude the program. We appreciate your viewership and apologize should we have inadvertently disrupted your evening. Please do not take any offense. We look forward to presenting another engaging topic next week, and we extend our gratitude for your continued support.
It was good, player.